everyone, welcome to today's pick a card reading. So this is going to be on the harvest moon predictions. The harvest moon is going to be on September 29th. It's going to be, I believe, a harvest moon in Aries, because the last full moon we have was in Pisces, so it's going to start all over again. And basically the harvest moon is not only the beginning stage, the full moon in fall or autumn season, it's also, because it's a full moons are about letting go, like what do you need to release, because it's a cycle of completion. So something is coming to a head, so to speak, when full moons come around each month. So this would be a time where it's like almost, it was weird because I was thinking about it before this reading, and it's like if it's a harvest moon, you're harvesting something. Are there seeds that you planted earlier in the year that you're going to reap the rewards on now, starting in the autumn season? That's coming through specifically. With Aries, Aries is the first zodiac sign, and it is a sign that likes to take charge, and there's a lot of action involved. It's Martian energy, and Mars is the planet of action. And so it's all about going after what you really want. And so I feel like a lot of you are going to be spending time saying, what do I really want? How can I make those changes during this fall season, over the next few months until the end of the year, right? Or right before the end of the year. And also, I was reading this blog post earlier, and I'm trying to remember where I found it, but it was basically talking about how back in the day, when there were no headlights on like tractors and stuff like that, farmers would have to depend on the sun. And when the sunset happened, that's when they had to go in for dinner. They were done working for the day. And so they got to finish a little bit earlier when the days got shorter during the fall and into the winter season. So it was a time where they were a little bit more excited. Not only is the weather nicer, but something happened a lot sooner, right? That cycle of completion happened a lot quicker than they thought. So that's another message for some of you. So I feel like there's a lot that's going to be going on with this harvest moon. So today, with the pick a card reading, I'm not going to be pulling as many cards. I'm feeling compelled to only pull, instead of like 2 per deck, just doing one for each of the oracles, and then one for the Angel Wisdom Tarot, maybe a couple for Gilded Tarot, and a couple for the Broke Bitch Tarot, but that's pretty much it. Try to keep the message as concise as possible. I'm going to try to keep it under 15 minutes, hopefully around 10 minutes. But yeah, I just wanted to get this out, see what predictions come out for you. There are 3 piles, as you can see on the screen, that you can choose from. And whatever pile is calling to you, feel free to pick more than one pile. This is also like a timeless reading, even though I'm talking about September 29th in 2023. You know, if you stumble across this reading the following year, it's fine. It's still pretty much a timeless reading for the next harvest moon. So, yeah, take time, meditate, decide which pile is really speaking to you, or piles, if you want to pick more than one, and go ahead and select those now. Hello, pile number 1. Let's go ahead and jump right into your reading and see what messages Spirit has for you for the harvest moon. What kind of predictions might be happening. So, spirit guides, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me to deliver the correct and truest message for pile number 1. Please let them know what they need to hear regarding the harvest moon predictions. What's going to happen around harvest moon or after. And I'll deal with all how they are appear on screen in just a minute. I'm just trying to get the cards out right now. I'll rearrange them in a second. What does pile number 1 need to know, Spirit, for the harvest moon predictions? What do they need to know? Just pile number 1 we got 2 for those. I'll take them because they came out together. What does pile number 1 need to know about the harvest moon predictions? Oh, that's too many. Does pile number 1 need to know about the harvest moon predictions? Okay. And then 1 more for that one. Thank you. And then 2 from this deck. Please, Spirit. There's 1. And then we need 1 more. Thank you. That was pretty quick. Okay, awesome. Now let me make sure all of these are in frame. They look a little weird because that other one came out. I only planned for like 1 of each of these, but that will work. Let's go ahead and jump right in. We've got King of Wands. So this is someone who is motivational, inspiring, theatrical, and ambitious. This is taking a leadership role, stepping into the spotlight, public speaking, keeping your eyes on the big picture, communicating your vision, and don't be sensitive to criticism. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. It's interesting. We've got a full moon. The harvest moon is going to be, I believe, in Aries. So there's that energy coming through. And really what the King of Wands is talking about is just somebody who is not afraid to go after what it is they want. Somebody who is, like it says, stepping into the spotlight, being more ambitious, being more assertive. So I see a lot of you, pile number 1, are going to be stepping into that sort of role. Maybe this is something you've been trying to manifest for a while, or something you know that you've needed to do. Maybe this is in a work situation. Maybe this is in some other situation in your life where you just really want to kind of stand your ground, is what I'm hearing. And really be able to speak your mind, assert healthy boundaries, and go after what it is you want without anybody interfering. So we've got nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. Okay, so this is pretty straightforward. If you've got some plans going on, nothing's set in stone. So something is still up in the air. Now this could be a creative project because King of Wands talks about creativity as well. Maybe you're considering something new in your life, considering a move, considering a career change, going back to school, just getting back out into the dating scene, something like that. But it's saying nothing is yet set in stone, which means that the ball hasn't been rolling on this issue just yet, but it's going to. I think once you actually decide what it is you want, you get very specific about that, and you put it out to the universe, you know, this is exactly what I want, that's when it would actually be set in stone. That's when things start moving for you. We've got abundance. Well, this is great. So you've definitely got, you know, some sort of prosperity coming in, some sort of abundance in your life. Now, abundance comes in many forms. Everybody automatically thinks money, and it could very well be money. There could be abundance of love headed your way, if that's what you're wanting. There could be abundance of good news. Because remember when I said at the very beginning, if you watch the intro, harvest moon, it's like you're harvesting something, like you planted seeds to harvest later, and you're reaping the rewards now. That's what I was picking up as one of the messages. So you could be getting, you see the flowers here have bloomed. So it's like the seeds have been planted, the flowers are blooming, and now it's time to reap the rewards, whatever this may be. This could be a abundance of, like I said, good news. It could be praise for something that you put out there, that you were bold enough to put out into the world, and you've had an abundance of, like, let's say, reviews come in, or I don't know, this could be like customer reviews about something that you've created, or something that you sell. This could just be an abundance of happiness that you've wanted for a long time. It could be anything, but I just get a really good feeling with that, pile number 1. I feel like you've put some stuff out there into the universe, some good karma, and it's about to come back to you. we've got going forward. This always reminds me of the Fool card, because the path starting, it's a long path, but it's leading to sunshine right here, which is happiness. So a lot of you, you've got a door opening for you. A new path is forming. So I feel like whatever this is, with this nothing is yet set in stone, it's almost like you have an idea for something, pile number one, and you haven't really started on it yet. But whatever it is, you're going to end up going forward with it. You're going to be assertive and bold, and you're going to start on this new path, this new journey in your life, and that's really going to bring in the abundance. Seven of Pentacles. Speaking of planting seeds that you could harvest later, that's the whole point of this card. Oh my god. It lines up perfectly. Wow. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Now, for some of you, maybe this was something you put out into the world months ago. For some of you, I'm hearing years ago. And you didn't really think anything about it. Or maybe it's something you started but never finished. And you just haven't really... It feels like for a lot of you, something hasn't been seen through to the end, or there's more that could have been done with it, and it's not reached its full potential. But I feel like there's, you know, maybe in recent months, in this past year, you've planted more seeds. You put something else, there's something here about you putting more time and energy into something, and really being patient about it. Like, I know this is going to work. I know this is going to work out. And it's like you've kept the faith. And I feel like the universe is rewarding you with this abundance, with this new path. Like, something's finally moving. But right now, nothing's set in stone. So I feel like, you know, in the coming months after this harvest moon, during the fall time, it feels like finally things are shifting in your favor. Finally, I'm looking at this ladder right here. It feels like you're kind of ascending, right? So you can collect the rewards that you put out there. High Priestess, Pisces energy. So this would be for me that you already know it's coming. It's like I just talked about it, where you said you kept the faith. You trusted and believed in the universe that something was going to come of this, but you weren't sure when or how. And I feel like a lot of you have manifested whatever this is. But you've kept the faith. You want to keep going. This is getting like spiritual downloads and having some just like deep intuition about what your path is supposed to be, which direction you're meant to take, and that you're supposed to be having this life of abundance where you reap the rewards of your hard work and labor. And so I feel like a lot of you have been really patient. You've been just waiting, and you've been stuck in this nothing is yet set in stone energy, which is interesting because this is a mutable moon and Pisces is a mutable sign. So it just feels like it's just kind of been stuck and stagnant. Like, I feel like you're kind of in the dark, not sure, but you're staying patient, keeping the faith, hoping that everything works out the way it's meant to. And it looks like it is. Things are finally going to be shifting. And then we've got Five of Coins reversed. Ooh, I love this. Luck is improving, positive changes, and recovery. Yeah, I love this is right underneath the abundance card. Yeah, luck's improving, positive changes, recovery. So again, it feels like you were once stuck in this Five of Pentacles energy, Five of Coins, which is financial hardship and kind of just really struggling, riding that struggle bus, right? And suddenly all that's turning around this in the next few months, where you are going to be shifting some sort of timeline and shifting into the version of yourself that you've always wanted to be. It's like you can see this path opening up for you, and you know, you are improving your own luck, and you're going to bring in this abundance in your life. And we've got the Two of Coins, which is priorities, finding balance, and managing resources. So some of you could also be balancing more than one job. That's what I always get with the Two of Pentacles. Or just more than one thing right now, like with your time and your energy. That's where the priorities comes in, and trying to find balance. But for a lot of you, if you're trying to deal with resources with the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Coins. You're trying to figure out how you can, it's like how you can benefit the most from what you've put out there. How can you make the most of your time and energy, and your money as well? And I feel like you're really just kind of figuring out how you can bring that balance into your life, how you can push things forward, get out of that stuck energy, and finally move forward on the path you're meant to be on. So, yeah, I really love this message for you, pile number one. It looks like things are turning around in your favor around the harvest moon or after the harvest moon. I feel like this fall season, things are really going to start aligning for you. I feel like you just need to be patient a little bit longer, but I think you already know this with the High Priestess. I think you feel it. And then before long, you're going to have that new path open up. You're going to be more bold and assertive, maybe step into some sort of leadership role, and then you'll be on your way to happiness and abundance. So, hopefully something that's reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, pile number two. Let's go ahead and jump right into your reading. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you for the Harvest Moon predictions. Spirit guides, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me to deliver the correct and truest message for pile number two. Please let them know what they need to hear, what messages you have for them around the harvest moon or this fall season. So let's find out what messages Spirit has for you. Pile number two. What messages do you have? Okay. For pile number two. What messages do you have for pile number two? What messages do you have for pile number two, Spirit? What does pile number two need to know regarding the harvest moon? What's changing around the harvest moon for pile number two? Okay. A couple of these. One more, please. Thank you. And two of these, Spirit. What is pile? Okay. Okay. Alright. Make sure everything is in view. We'll go ahead and jump right in. Okay, good. We've got Justice, Libra energy. So, this is being impartial and objective, standing up for what you believe in, trying to see all sides of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. This also talks about, because of the scales of justice here, talks about balance, fairness, equal give and take. Yeah, this is the type of energy where it's given me like some of you could be going through some sort of court battle, court case, something like that, where you might end up reaching a settlement around the harvest moon or sometime this fall. And I do feel like it will work out in your favor. So, this is an energy where, yeah, it's like, what you put out is kind of what you get back. The scales of justice, I always think of like karmic justice. But yeah, it's just being objective and making sure you're fair about something. Let's see what the cards have to say. There's some sort of fairness, equality, equal give and take, although that's more Six of Pentacles, but Six of Pentacles also has the scales of justice on it, so picking that up. Cause and effect kind of energy. Let's see. Well, ooh, okay, we've got expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Alright, so you definitely got some sort of major change coming in for you. Like I said, if this is some sort of court settlement, yeah, I feel like something's gonna change your life. Now for a lot of you, this could be like, maybe you have to go to court because, I hate saying this, somebody passed away, you have an inheritance, you got to deal with the paperwork, and it's something that might end up changing your life. Another thing is you win a settlement, a lawsuit, and you get enough money, more than you expected, and that also changes your life. But for others of you, there's something else where it's like the karma and the scales of justice are balancing out in your favor, finally. And this is about to change your life. Ooh, okay. So we've got voyage. It would focus. There we go. So this is going on a journey. A lot of you could be traveling. A lot of you could be moving. Some of you could be moving abroad. And for a lot of you, because you've got the mama whale with the baby here, maybe you have like a pet, like a cat or a dog. I'm hearing for someone it might be a bird. Or maybe you have an actual child. But it feels like you are getting out of a situation and you're moving on from something. I'm looking at this water right here and how calm it is, especially if it's an ocean. The ocean's never that calm. So it's just, it seems like, and it's nighttime too, so it just seems like some of you are just looking to get into a situation that where things are more just calmer in your life, stress-free. It feels like you could have been in a situation, and again, it could have been legal, but that's not for everyone, but where maybe it was a custody battle with a kid that is coming up. Could it even be with a pet? That's happened before too. Whatever it is, it just feels like you're ready to move on with this voyage card, and you're ready to move on to something less choppy. Like, I'm not seeing choppy waters on here, so it makes me think you just want stress-free. So let's see. Yeah, we've got 5 of Pentacles. This is struggle. Plain and simple. Being left out in the cold, financial hardship. So again, it feels like something has been going on. You can see this woman also has a child here. She's trying to get help outside this church. I'm not sure if this man is helping her, but there's something here about needing help and getting help and getting the help you need. Like something's balancing out in your favor. So if a lot of you have had some sort of like financial hardship, you've been left out in the cold by somebody, you've been riding that struggle bus, oh, it's coming to an end. Well, there's the world. Speaking of coming to an end, this is the last card in the major arcana. This talks about cycles being completed, something coming to an end in your life so something new can begin, because after this it starts all over the major arcana with the Fool, starting a new beginning, taking that leap of faith into the unknown, pushing fear aside. So with the World cards, there's some sort of sense of achievement or accomplishment because you've done the entire hero's journey up until the final card, essentially, is what the tarot is about. So you've got some sort of accomplishment coming in. Some sort of, there it is, the powerful change. Something in your life is ending, so something new can begin. This is very strongly some sort of like battle with someone, legal battle, court case, something like that is what I'm picking up big time. Even if it's not, it's just that something is coming to an end for you where you've been struggling with this hardship and the scales are finally balancing out in your favor. You're going to have something come in that changes your life and you're going to get moving towards something new. Strength. Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to need. Leo energy. Courage, overcoming, and control. Overcoming. Yes, that's exactly what it is. And look. What is that? Is that a doggy or a cat? I can't tell what's I think it's a cat because of the tail, but I'm not sure. I just said you might have a pet. So some of you do have a pet. Oh my gosh. It's either a pet or a child. That's what I'm picking up. But anyway, strength is talking about going within and finding that inner strength to overcome any situation and becoming more like assertive. If a lot of you have not been able to do that, if you've been in an environment where you didn't have a voice, where you were silenced, then this message is definitely for you, because this is about you overcoming all that. You're going to have some sort of powerful change where you're going to get out of a situation that you've been wanting to get out of for a long time. You're going to take control. It's like this powerful change, that power is you, pile number 2. It's like you're getting your power back. And I feel like you haven't really tapped into that power in a very, very long time. And then we've got the Fool reversed. Okay. I just talked about the Fool after the World. It says recklessness, being naive, and procrastination. So that's interesting. I almost feel like this is incorrect. It should be like this. Because I don't feel like, maybe this is what you did in the past. Maybe this is how you were in the past, or recently, or how you're behaving right now. I don't think you're being reckless. I don't feel that. But I do feel like there's a procrastination energy on something. Or you're just kind of waiting for something to happen or fall into your lap. But it's not progressing the way you want. I feel like you're going to have to figure something out to get out of a situation. But I feel like this should be turned around, because that's talking about innocence, new beginnings, and taking that leap of faith, which I was just talking about. On top of that, it makes me think of the Voyage card right here, where you're going to have that change in your life. You're going to have to move forward and take this voyage, this new journey. And that's exactly what the Fool is about. So I just saw 10:10 on the timer. So yeah, for a lot of you, pile number 2, this is your message. This is definitely something about balancing out something in your life after a period of hardship and struggle. I think it's going to take you really going within and finding the courage to proceed with whatever this is, to get out of a situation that you're stuck in. I think you're going to figure out what it is this fall. Starting, Harvest Moon, around that time forward, you're going to figure out what it is. You're going to make that major change in your life, which could include moving. And you're going to end this cycle of hardship and struggle. It's done. It's over with. And if you're not there yet, it's just around the corner. So these are the messages I have for you, pile number 2. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and jump right into your reading. See what messages Spirit has for you for the Harvest Moon. And onto the fall time period after the Harvest Moon. Spirit guides, ancestors, and higher beings, please help me to deliver the correct and truest messages for pile number 3. And what they need to hear regarding the Harvest Moon, or around that time, and also into the fall season. What do they need to know, Spirit? What is pile number 3? What's going on with them around the Harvest Moon? What do they need to know? What does pile number 3 need to know, Spirit? Okay. What does pile number 3 need to know, Spirit? What does pile number 3 need to know? And fall time, I mean, this is talking about... Excuse me. Whew. The incense I have going, I think, it's getting to my nose. Goes through, middle of December, so you've got some time. I feel like that needs to be said. I haven't had to say that in other piles, but for some reason in this pile, I feel like I need to say that. Okay. And then, had extra Moonology come out. What does pile number 3 need to know about the Harvest Moon? Spirit. What's going on with them? Okay. 2 more, please, Spirit. Make it jump right in after this. Magician tried to come out. Interesting. Some of you are busy manifesting. Also, if you're manifesting around a full moon, be sure to let go of some things. Full moons are about closure. What do you need to release? Banishing negative energy from your life, so you can make way for the new stuff coming in, especially leading up to a new moon, which is a great time for manifestation. Alright, Spirit, 2 cards, please, for pile number 3. About the harvest moon. There's 1. And what they need to know. Well, those just fell out. I'm not going to take those. We get 2. Or 1 more. Thank you. Alright, let's see what the cards have to say. Make sure everything is in focus. Yes, okay. We've got the 6 of Cups. So, this talks about children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. This can also talk about like past life relationship. But yeah, I know some people are going to be rolling their eyes and are like, oh god, I don't want anybody from the past to cross paths with me. Sometimes that's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that this is someone who is a romantic interest, an ex, something like that. That it doesn't have to be that. You could cross paths with somebody you haven't seen in a very long time that maybe you were thinking about and they just happen to suddenly crop up. Sometimes these people crop up in our life again because we need them to. Maybe you've been looking for a job and suddenly you cross paths with someone you haven't seen in years and they were like, you know, you get to talking to them and they were like, oh, well, we're hiring at such and such place. You should definitely apply. I'll put in a good word for you. You know what I mean? Like, you never know when you're going to meet someone for a specific reason, but a lot of times people come back into our lives for a specific reason. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a lesson, but let's see if we can find out what else is going on here. Okay, it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So we got the full moon in Aries coming up at the end of the month, but new moon, I was just talking about new moon in manifestation. New moon is always a good time to manifest anything. But with this Aries energy here, it's basically coming through and saying, you have something you need to take action on. You need to move forward with it. Don't hesitate much longer. Don't sit on it. No procrastination. Aries people do not sit and wait around. They like to get going. They are the go-getters of the zodiac signs. So, this could be something you were working on in the past with the 6 of Cups. This could be like a creative project. It could be an idea that you had in the past and you weren't sure about. It could be, you know, you were thinking about starting a business, a side hustle. It could be anything. Maybe you were thinking about moving to a new city or buying a new house or buying a new car. Whatever it is, it just was something that you were considering in the past or that you did in the past and you're about to revisit it. And Spirit's saying you need to take action on it. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Okay, so I love this, the colors on these cards with that reddish orange. It definitely gives me that Mars energy, which is all about taking action and going after your dreams and what it is you want. But with the conclusions are within reach, that means something is going to be coming to an end. Now, I talked about this with the full moon. I said full moons are, you know, about conclusions and endings. So something could be ending for you on a full moon, and you could be getting news about something that's going to, you know, kick off. You're going to start something new. This could be a job opportunity. It could be anything. But, you know, this could be the end of sort of a cycle for you. If not, it could just be this fall season that something's going to be ending, so some sort of new beginning can take place. Let's see. We've got forgiveness. So this can mean a bunch of different things. Maybe there's somebody from your past that is coming back that you need to forgive. You need to have some sort of chit chat and get things out in the open and get things off your chest for healing to take place. For others of you, I'm getting the sense of if you've been stuck in the past about something, if you keep looking back with fond memories about something you used to do, and this could be something as far back as your childhood, maybe you like to paint as a kid, and you know, you've thought about it a lot as an adult, and you're like, I don't know, you know, that's not practical, blah, blah, blah. But it keeps coming back to you, like it keeps invading your mind. And you're like, I don't know, maybe there's something to do this. And you just think about how much fun it was as a kid to paint. And that was always your passion. And it's like, you need to take action on this. If you decide to take action on something and you have this sort of sense of, why did I waste all this time? How many years did I not do this specific thing? Or, you know, whatever it is, it's like, you need to be less hard on yourself. I feel like a lot of times forgiveness card, when it comes out, it means forgiving yourself. We can be our own worst critics, I think. But I think we can, a lot of us can easily forgive others, but we can't forgive ourselves for a lot of things. And I think that's, I think it's crucial to moving on, to healing, to letting things go in your life. And I feel like that's kind of what you're doing. It would, especially with the conclusions are within reach. That could be not just like a physical conclusion in your reality where something's ending, but it could also just be a conclusion where you are learning to forgive others, forgive yourself, and move on. Now we've got the Three of Pentacles. Awesome. I love this. This talks about teamwork, collaboration, but it also talks about doing something you love to do and standing out for it. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, there's somebody who is basically standing on this little, it's like a bench, essentially, and they are working hard, and there are two people who are taking notes, typically like holding, you know, representing the other two pentacles. They're taking notes because they were watching this person do what they do best, because they have some sort of skill, talent, or ability that stands out and makes them stand out above the crowd, essentially. So again, I used that painting as a reference as a kid, but it could be anything, honestly, y'all. So many people are talented and they don't even realize how talented they are. You could have special skills and abilities with something. This could be like, you speak more than one language, and there are people out there who really want to learn a new language, and maybe you didn't realize that you are great at teaching languages, or, you know what I mean? Like, it may not just be artistic. It could be something completely different. Maybe you have some sort of talent or ability that's very unique and that not a lot of people see, and you need to put yourself out there. But you got to take action to do it, right? So that's what that's saying. And then we've got Three of Wands. We got three back to back. Okay. Yeah, so threes are all about like I said, collaboration, teamwork. I always feel like it's sort of a change too. So Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. You've already started on some sort of path, some sort of new journey. But this is all about like just kind of sitting back, waiting for your ships to come in, hoping that something's going to change, kind of making plans for the long term as well. But I feel like a lot of you, I'm hearing a message coming through that says you need to stop waiting for those ships to come in and make them come in. That's the Aries energy, I think. Yeah, there's something about making things happen. Like, don't sit around and wait for something to take place when you could be out there putting yourself out there and changing the way things are. So I feel like a lot of you could be making connections with the threes here. You could be collaborating with someone. You know, collabs happen a lot on like YouTube, but it could happen out in the real world as well, where maybe if you are, let's use the painting reference again. If you meet another artist and they're like, hey, yeah, we're looking for a new, an extra artist spot to be filled at the art gallery this weekend, or, you know, next month or sometime this fall, whatever it is. Would you be interested? That's collaborating, because there'd be a couple of you that are doing it, but you're standing out because you've got your own unique way of doing things with your artwork. Again, this is just an example. It could be a million different things, but that's what that means with collaborating and connecting with others, and kind of like networking is what I'm getting. Then we've got the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, and that means knowledge sharing, beliefs, and fellowship. Oh my God. happening? So fellowship is, and oh my god, on the Hierophant card is the Hierophant above, like on his little throne. It's not really little, but on his throne. And there are two people, two, like, what are they called? Acolytes, I think, who are learning from him. It's the same thing with the Three of Pentacles. It's knowledge sharing. That's interesting. This is also my God card, the Hierophant. They have the High Priestess and the High Priest in this deck, or the Hierophant in the other decks, but that's my God card because it talks about spirituality, beliefs, religion, some sort of higher power, higher knowledge, knowledge sharing from the divine. So maybe some of you are getting downloads where you keep thinking about this thing from the past and you're like, I've got to do something. I've got to take action. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Are you kidding me? Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles again. Collaboration, focused efforts, common goals. You can see this one, she's painting the Three of Pentacles and somebody else is observing. Like I said, there's something here, pile number 3, about you standing out. There's something here about you being noticed for your talent, skills, and abilities, that people want to take notes from what you're doing. They want to learn from you. There's something that you have, that some sort of ability or skill or talent that you need to teach other people. You need to put it out there. People need to see whatever this is or hear whatever it is, whatever. It could be anything, but there's definitely a message here about 333. You might want to look up that angel number. And there's something here about you getting some sort of, you have some sort of knowledge about something and you really need to put it out there. And maybe this is knowledge you've had since a kid and you've just been sitting on it. And Aries energy coming in with that moon coming up. And Aries, you've got to take action. This is a new start. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, so I feel like this is going to be a new start for you as well. But it's going to also cause something to end in your life, is what I'm feeling. I feel like for a lot of you, you're just going to have to put yourself out there. No more waiting around. You're going to have to make a move. You have to take that action. And you know, do whatever it is that makes you happy and that brings out your inner child, which is basically just talking about a lot of happiness and joy that makes you feel fulfilled. So I love this for you, pile number 3. What a really awesome message, and definitely a lot of confirmations from Spirit and the universe. So if anything in this reading resonated, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.